Welcome back to my backyard snack yard. We're out here in my little favorite wild corner of the garden where I have lots of little potted lingonberries under an old apple tree which did really well for us this year. We had lots of beautiful apples. It's really recovered nicely and really improved, and it's doing so well since we moved in when I started pruning it a lot every year. It's really benefited from that. So we get lots of juicy apples from it now. But the reason I'm here is because I used to have a beautiful Japanese anemone growing here. It was called ruffled swan, and it had this lovely yellow yolky center and then white flower petals, and the reverse of those were really this contrasting dark purple, really stunning. And of course it's a perennial, so it usually comes back, and sometimes I've heard people say they have trouble keeping them from running wild in their garden, but for whatever reason mine never came back this year. And that particular cultivar was one that starts flowering quite early, like from May, and then continues until November, so it's a great one. But it never ever showed up again this year, so I have been keeping my eye on getting a replacement for it. And today is my lucky day. Look who I've got here. This little beauty. It was sort of an end of season sale, so I got him for half price. And he's a different cultivar. He's not the ruffled swan. He's called Whirlwind, and he's a double, so he's going to produce lots of fluffy, full flowers. And I thought, rather than risk it and put him in the same spot where his relative died, I would put this guy in a pot, so I can really make sure that he gets all the nutrition he needs, all the soil requirements, you know, has everything catered for to keep him in perfect health, and also just grow him on for a bit. So this pot here I've got is a good little, slightly larger than what he's in now. And I'm just going to get some compost, mix it in with some fish blood and bone, and get him settled in for winter. And then the best bit about this is that he won't be in any competition with weeds, because in that area I have lots of creeping buttercup and English ivy. You see that? It's all English ivy, and it just grows everywhere. And of course it's really beneficial for my birds and all the little bugs and insects that crawl around the garden. But I do know that it can really be a difficult competition for any plants growing around here. I have a few different interesting plants. I've got some really lovely, these are actually honeyberries. So they die down early and then they start shooting out new little growth here. And then they start flowering in like February or something. Really fun berries. But yeah, I try to keep them clear of any weeds. But as you can see over here, we already have some creeping buttercup growing here, for example. And I just leave it until it encroaches too much upon the actual plants that are planted, and then I'll just take them up, because I'd rather keep this little area as wild as possible, and it is a very wild little spot. Look at all that ivy. I should probably prune it at some point, but that will be a good job for spring, I think. Look how pot bound he is. That is crazy. I'm going to try to loosen some of those roots a bit and get him into the pot. He really needed this. There he is, all potted up in a little woodland area, and I can really keep an eye on him now and give him everything he needs to stay healthy, hopefully. I'll just give him a really, really good drink of water now and help him get settled in for winter. According to the little instructions that came with it, it does say that I should be cutting it down in the late autumn, but that he can grow quite well in a container. So I'll just let him finish flowering and then cut him down to the bottom and just hope he stays healthy and can come back next year. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.